Hi guys, today I'm going to be talking about my eyeshadow collection. First of all, my first eyeshadow palette that I'm going to go through is the Alamar Cosmetics eyeshadow palette. I love this eyeshadow palette. This has the most beautiful shimmery shades. These ones look like wet amazingness on your eyes. And I love the warm tones. The warm tones with the blue tones during the summer are beautiful. Good eyeshadow palette. So the next one, this is the Coastal Scents eyeshadow palette that I made on my own. So you can go on the Coastal Scents website and you can pick out your own single shades that you want. And this is my shimmer shade ones. So these are all like a lot of shimmer shades that just caught my attention while I was on the website. And this is another Coastal Scents eyeshadow palette. The same thing, I chose my own colors. A little pop of blue, some orange, a lot of shimmer. This one's like mixed with mattes and shimmer, so I can just grab this palette and just use whatever I can from here to make one eyeshadow look. And this mirror here, I know it's kind of blinding you guys, but it's amazing. It's huge, and you can do like any eyeshadow look with that big mirror. The Lorac eyeshadow palette. This Lorac Pro eyeshadow palette, this is one of the first high-end eyeshadow palettes that I bought. So this eyeshadow palette, you can create so many beautiful looks. These top shades are all matte and all these bottom shades are all shimmer. The only bad thing about this eyeshadow palette is that they're kind of like see, I already dug a hole into this one, so like the powder comes off easily. So like even if you barely like dip your brush into there, let me show you. So let's see, I get a brush, random brush here. So you get the brush here, and that's a lot of kickback you get from this eyeshadow palette. It's still good quality though, but if you try to blend too much, the eyeshadows can get a little bit muddy. Okay, the next eyeshadow palette would be the Urban Decay Naked. I wanted this palette since I first heard any YouTuber talk about it. This eyeshadow palette, you get all your neutral shades here. The only bad thing about this eyeshadow palette is you get a few matte shades. So whenever I use this eyeshadow palette, I tend to like want to go into another eyeshadow palette that has more matte shades to like create more dimension in the crease. But it's a beautiful palette if you want like a really simple eyeshadow look, like an everyday eyeshadow palette. I would recommend the Too Faced chocolate bar palette. This is also a classic. So these are all the shades that come in with this one. This one is a little bit more diverse than the Naked one because it has more matte shades than that one does. This one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like about 6 matte shades in this one, and a lot of different like shimmers, some glitters, these 2 big highlighting shades. This is a good, if I were to choose between this one or the Naked eyeshadow palette, I would choose the Too Faced one. It just has more of a diverse, I'm able to create more looks here than with the Naked one. Okay, this is the next one, the Morphe. This is the Morphe 35V Stunning Vibes or Artistry palette. This eyeshadow palette is beautiful. These metallic shades, oh, look at that's beautiful. This one is like a duochrome blue shade. Duochrome, like purple. It like goes like kind of purpley blue. This one is one of my favorite matte shades. The mattes don't swatch as good as the shimmery shades, but it's still really good. They still blend really well. I got this one in a BoxyCharm. It's the Laura Lee Party Animal palette. I like this one. It has a really nice mirror there too. I love the palettes where you can like fold them back and just hold them like this as you're like getting ready. like looking into the mirror so that this part isn't in the way. I like that about this one. These are really colorful eyeshadows that since I got this one, I've only used it about 2 to 3 times. It's just, I'm not more of a, like, I don't use that much color in my eyeshadow looks on the daily basis. But they're good eyeshadows. They blend pretty well for the most part. Okay. This one I saw it, where did I buy this off of? I think it might have been Amazon. I was just looking for a colorful eyeshadow palette for a good price. It gives you a lot of varieties. The metallic shades are good, but the matte shades are a little bit chalky. They're kind of hard to get. They're not very pigmented either. They're hard to like get pigment on your eyes. You have to really keep building and building and building if you want to get good pigment from this one. But if you want a cheap one, Amazon is always the way to go. My next one is the Urban Decay Gwen Stefani eyeshadow palette. This one also has an amazing mirror. It doesn't flip back all the way though like the other ones do. So with this eyeshadow palette, it's a little bit more of a neutral eyeshadow palette. I would wish that there would be more like warm tones. I'm really attracted to warm tone like eyeshadows, but like for this one you can use a day-to-day basis for sure. This pink one, it's not my favorite pink color, but this one's a beautiful color. These two with this one mixed together, amazing. This one is called Steady, this one is called Punk, and this one is Anaheim. I wouldn't recommend this for like starter eyeshadow palette. I would recommend more still the Too Faced one. If you're barely starting out with makeup, I would recommend going for this eyeshadow palette than that one because it gives you more variety. This one, I bought this one because every YouTuber, when I first started watching YouTube, was recommending this one. It's the Wet n Wild Comfort Zone eyeshadow palette, and this is the original. Like, I know they remade these ones, but this is the OG one. Like, this is a beautiful shade. I haven't gotten to like purchase the new Wet n Wild ones, but this is beautiful. I love these colors. These two colors and all of these. These ones are okay. They're not my favorite shades to use, but overall the other eyeshadows are amazing. The only thing about this is there's no matte shades, so it's hard for me to be drawn to this eyeshadow palette just because I have to go into this one and then also another palette to try to like mix them together. That's the good thing about the new one. The new one has matte shades already included in it, so I have to take a look at that one at some point. So the next one that I have is the e.l.f. eyeshadow palette, Opposites Attract palette. This one is beautiful. I saw it online when there was like a 50% off like deal, and I was like, I gotta have it. This color attracted me. All of these warm tones. There's like good balance between warm and cool colors, which I can create so many looks. I look at this palette and I can just create. It inspires so much creativity within me. And once I started using it, the matte shades, they take a little bit of a while to build, but that's also good if you're starting off with makeup. If you have to build it slowly, because if you put in too much, it's going to be harder to take it off than for you to just build it up slowly. It's a good palette. I would definitely recommend this one. My next eyeshadow palette is the Smashbox Full Exposure palette. This one, I bought this one because I love the idea of like all mattes on the bottom and all shimmers on top, and it's a little bit, this one doesn't inspire me so much just because there's so many neutral tones. I feel like I can't create as many different variety looks as I would like to, so I bought it like about 2 years ago now. I haven't even made a dent within any of these, so that goes to show you like how much this one really doesn't inspire me. The main time I would like to use this is maybe like New Year's Eve because these top shadows are like really glittery. If you like glitter, you're gonna like this eyeshadow palette. Okay, the next one is the Shade and Light eye palette. This one I bought because I couldn't find, I really wanted, when I bought this one, I was in search for some amazing matte eyeshadows. And this is a full matte eyeshadow palette. With this one, you can combine this one with any of the palettes that I said just has shimmer. If you combine these two, you can create any look you want. Like these are all the these are the neutrals. Sorry, these are the cool, neutrals, cool, and then warm. So these ones are the ones where you can put it, these are the colors that you would be putting in your crease and to deepen up the outer V to create more dimension. This one I would recommend as well. Okay, this one I also got in a BoxyCharm. These are also a little bit powdery, as you can tell. I'm like digging in really deep into that one. But I love warm eyeshadow palettes, so definitely I will be using this one up for sure. I love warm tones. This has a good balance between matte and shimmer shades, so you can create basically any warm tone look you'd like with this palette. This is the Crown Pro palette. And of course, the Modern Renaissance palette. Everybody on YouTube talks about this palette, and I had to purchase it from how much people were talking about it. And I do think this is a beautiful warm tone palette. If you love warm tones, you'll definitely love this eyeshadow palette. The only thing that I would change if I were to have been in the lab, like, and there with them trying to create the shades, I would switch out these two. I feel like these two shades are just too similar to be here. Like, I would rather have a really, like maybe like a pink shimmer, like a pink goldish shimmer, rather than have one of these two shades. They could have, but other than that, it's a good eyeshadow palette. I would recommend it. And this last one, it's just a BoxyCharm palette that I got. You can like put your own like little pots in there. I have a blush in here. I'm not exactly sure what blush this is. It doesn't have anything on the bottom, but it's a nice blush. I wish I could remember where it's from. Anyways, that's the end of this video. If you could like and subscribe, that'd be amazing. Thank you. Bye.